What do you get when you combine journalistic integrity with artistic good taste? It sure as hell wouldn't be this. You're listening to The Fellas.
Hey, tell me something. Is it Veterans Day or is it Memorial Day?
It's Memorial Day. It's Memorial Day.
All right. All I know is I don't have to work. That's at the end of the day. If we're gonna be honest, it's all that really matters.
Pretty much.
So officially, it's Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, you listen to The Fellas on Memorial Day. It's your boy Ray and Antoine. Memorial Day is a day to celebrate the troops. Celebrate America, all that good stuff. So because it's a day for that, you know, I of course am a great American. I decided to make a sacrifice because that's what America's about. It's about making sacrifices for the greatness that is this God's chosen country. So I had to go and watch a movie I had no intention of watching. So yesterday we saw Top Gun, Maverick.
And we saw it in the 4DX.
Again, sacrifices. A movie I did not want to see starring an actor that I detest in a theater that should be a crime against God. All three things I did not want to see it in, but we're going to do this for America. And if you don't know what a 4DX theater is, it's a theater that's in 3D, but also the chairs move. And like there's fans and water splashing on you and shit. It's like a shitty version of a Universal Studios ride. So you're supposed to be interacting more with the movie.
Well, the previous movie that we saw was Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse.
Yeah, that was
the chairs were physically assaulting you
the
entire
be the first
time.
And last time I ever did that shit. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. We couldn't even watch the goddamn movie.
Yeah, no, it was like you're getting stabbed in the back.
It's like, oh look, here's something interesting with the plot. Oh fuck, and you get tossed around. I would miss like 3 scenes because I'm busy trying not to spill my fucking drink and hold on to the seat. It was a fucking mess.
In this film, it was actually very appropriate.
Yeah, they calmed down. I think they didn't know what they were doing in Doctor Strange because at the end of the day, there was no reason for the seats to be moving around and shit. It wasn't that sort of movie.
Yeah.
So they would just like randomly have it shake and shit and flip and
punch you in the back and blow all this air in
pop
there.
you in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, this character's brains blew out. Here, let me hit you in the back of the head.
Bah!
It was a mess. But with all that being said, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by how I feel about this movie. I don't know if I would say this was more of a vanity piece for Tom Cruise because his character Maverick is kind of in a state of arrested development because it's been 50 fucking years since. When did Top Gun? It was like, 40 years, I think?
No, it was 86, I think. 86?
It's been a long fucking time, and his character is acting the exact same way he's always been acting, which is kind of ridiculous. You know, he should be having, like, heart problems and a bad hip. Everybody seems to have evolved, except for Maverick.
Yeah, he's trapped in his time. It's all right. It's all right.
Well, that's why I say I think it's a vanity piece. It would have made more sense if Maverick's son, I'd have been like, yeah, Maverick died doing something stupid, and now this is his son. But instead, they do that with Goose. Because Maverick is a Maverick. He ain't got no son.
I'm sure he's impregnated some women down the line there.
Hell no, man. His sperm only hits the target when he wants it to.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Because he's Maverick.
Is it direct hit every time?
Shooting blanks if he wants them to be blanks.
Okay, so he's been wrapping it up all this time then.
His penis is like a wizard. It comes exactly when it intends to.
Just like they did in that first movie?
Exactly.
And then you never saw that woman again?
Yeah, so, here's the basic plot. There's a lot of unnecessary cameos. Like, oh, look, it's this guy. I remember him from that movie. Let's move on. The basic plot is there is a weapons facility. They're trying to make weapons-grade uranium so they can make nukes. And they're like, yeah, we don't have time to piss and moan about it on a diplomatic scale. We just got to show up and blow it up.
Yeah.
And I will say, because of where it's located and how it's set up, it's almost impossible to get to. I mean, I would honestly think that any pilot would look at that and be like, no, man, no. Try to shoot it from orbit. There's just no fucking way a plane's going to get there. But they've got the Top Gun school, which is the best of the best of the best, living in a world where we never actually have dogfights anymore.
No, that's a very sad thing. And they actually mentioned that in the movie many times, that it's going to be a drone
everything is about
world.
Drones and shit, you know? So it's like, so we got to get this guy who's better than anything we've ever had and get him to teach the current young guys who are in the Top Gun program.
Which is actually pretty awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
I did like that. They showed all the people in the Top Gun program. I like the fact that they all still have their personality personalities. I thought,
they all had that.
Hangman, you got the guy named Hangman.
And funny thing is, Hangman wasn't a character that they were going to have because he actually acted for the role of who Miles Teller is, which was Goose's son. And he lost that part. Yeah, he lost that part.
Because he didn't have a porn stash?
No, not because he had a porn stash. Miles Teller is just a better actor than Glenn Powell is. And so it looked like Tom Cruise had blank check to write anything he said.
He did.
Anything he said,
that's the only reason
the movie had to do it.
That's the only reason Val Kilmer was in here. He wasn't written in the original script. Tom Cruise was like, I want him in there.
Yeah,
they were able to very tactfully get him in there because Val Kilmer has some pretty serious throat cancer. The man can't talk, but they found a way to put him in there. It was very tactful.
Yeah,
it was obvious that he wasn't meant to be in there because everyone's talking about Iceman.
Yeah,
but you never fucking see Iceman until like one scene. And like in the movie theater, I was like, hold on. And I took out my phone. I typed in Val Kilmer health. And they're like, yeah, he's got throat cancer. Ah, okay. That's why you never saw him.
He looks. I mean, he looked like a pumpkin not that long
he
ago.
Looks bloated as shit,
and then,
but he doesn't look like shit.
Yeah.
He just looks bloated as all.
Well, he looked like shit before, but I knew something was up with him. It looks like they liked any actor that they liked, Tom Cruise liked. Mm-hmm. They specifically made a role for that actor.
Yeah, they did that with a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, so Hangman, which is Glenn Powell, which would be the representation of a mix between Maverick and Iceman. Mm-hmm. Iceman assholeness with Maverick's kind of identity in flying.
Well, that's who all Hangman was in this movie was Iceman.
Yeah.
Hangman was this movie's Iceman.
But he's
the arrogant asshole who clearly has talent and doesn't prove that he's not an asshole until the very end.
Yeah.
He puts his assholeness to the side to protect his brothers.
Yeah.
So everyone saw that coming. But, I fucking like the guy, He has to train these kids. And it basically just shows him, pulling them along to get them to do the thing. You had the obligatory homoerotic beach scene. Which is a Top Gun staple.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
I remember when they showed them all like shirtless playing football on the beach, and I think I turned to you, I was like, if I just walked on the beach and I saw that, I'm like, man, this is gay as shit. What are these guys doing? just shirtless, throwing a football at each other on the beach. And man, it looked really gay. Would have been better off playing volleyball.
But they're all ripped, man. They're all heterosexual, and they had one girl there too.
Yeah, the token. Hey, we're not gay. There's a chick here.
I mean, she looks pretty all right.
I have never seen a quote-unquote pretty chick in the military. But I will say this. Each of the characters did an excellent job of making their own personalities. Especially Bob. Call sign, Bob. I was like, all right, that works. His call sign is Bob. But it was nice. It was nice. It was quaint. And you see them getting closer and closer in the training to their objective. Then you throw a monkey wrench in there. Oh, we gotta move the timeline forward. Oh, that's impossible. And they're like, yeah,
we're not prepared for this.
Yeah, we're going to take Maverick off. I'm going to teach these guys myself, and we're going to see. So Maverick being Maverick, and they're all saying, oh, it's impossible. Maverick jumps in a jet and fucking does it. He breaks all the limits that they set.
Yep.
So, it'll never get, we have to get to this point.
Yeah.
And he shot past it with like 4 or 5 seconds.
No. It was, the clock was 2:30, and Maverick put it at 2:15. Yeah. And did it with under that time limit.
Yeah. To say, it is possible. And he basically did that to say, I want you to have me do this. Because they already let him know that once this shit is done, you're out.
You're out. You're done.
Yeah, you're finished. And this is all he has.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going to jump in there. I'm going to do it. So they end up saying, okay, you're going to be the leader of the group. And you guys are going to do it.
Because not until that point, none of those guys were able to succeed even half of the time.
Yeah, they couldn't get close to that. And they were like, it's just impossible. And Maverick just went in there and did it.
Yeah, they had to see that it could be done before they would be able to push the limits of themselves.
And of course, they're pushing the whole thing. Goose died in the first one, so you have Goose's son in there. And, his acting wasn't too bad. It's just, I couldn't look at his face and take him seriously.
Because of porn stash?
All I heard is like a 1970s bass riff in the background, and imagine him sweaty, just plowing some chick.
Oh, man.
Because that's what he looks like, a 1970s porn star, dude. I just couldn't could not get over it. And I understand why they had him look like that, because they wanted him to look as much like Goose as possible.
Yeah.
That's like saying, oh, I'm playing the role of my father's son. So right now, in 2022, I'm going to be walking around with a jacket with a wide-necked collar going outside the jacket. It's going to be bright red. And I'm going to have some leopard skin pants. Because back in the 70s, my father thought that was hip. And I want you to know I'm his son. So I'm going to wear that ridiculous shit. There is no way.
That was the Cabana shirt he was wearing.
Yeah. It's like there's no way some dude's going to go around dressed like that. People are fucking laughing. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, but they wanted him to look as much like Goose as possible. So I thought that was kind of goofy. But still, the whole movie is essentially a build-up until the end.
Yeah.
And then the end is really the action. And they shoved that shit, they shoved that action down your throat. They tell you...
They didn't disappoint at all.
They tell you you're going to take it. Take it, bitch. And just when you think you had enough, they go in for round 2.
Yeah.
They go deep and hard with that action.
I didn't see that coming. Did you see that coming?
No.
At the very end? I didn't see that coming.
That was really good, what they did. I did not see it coming.
I did not see it coming.
So they did an excellent job with that. Now let's talk about the romantic scene.
Didn't need to be
Jennifer
there.
Connelly. Yeah, anything with Maverick interacting with Jennifer Connelly, who plays as Penny Benjamin.
But she's hot though, man.
Of course, it's Hollywood.
But she's beyond hot,
that's
man.
not a compliment. That's like me saying, Ray, your car drives. That's not a fucking compliment. That's what's expected. It's Hollywood. But everything with her could have been cut out. Everything. None of it drove the story forward. It wasn't bad. It just felt like filler, and then once the credit rolls at the end, you're like, okay, yeah, that was filler.
Well, you know
exactly what that was. It's nothing but filler.
You want a happy ending with Maverick. You want to be able to close the book on this and say, Mav, he's got his side pussy right there, and
he
it's
spent
ready to go.
His entire life not wanting to settle down. Why would he settle down now?
Because he can't fly no more.
He would settle down now.
His wings are clipped. Don't you know the analogy that they're setting?
He can still fly. He just can't fly with the military. He can go be a test pilot and all this and that shit. He just can't fly with the military.
Yeah, that is true. But what the sad thing is, due to all of his accomplishments and emotions, people were still treating him like shit. Like, you see this raw talent.
Well, that's another reason. See, remember how I said it's a lot of arrested development?
Yeah.
That's another way it kind of took me out. It's like, look, I understand you putting up with his bullshit in the 80s. We were in the midst of the Cold fucking War.
Yeah.
Okay? He was so good, I'm gonna put up with it.
Yeah.
But it's been like 30 fucking years. You're gonna tell me they're still tight-lipped and just barely putting up with his antics? By this point,
They already know what he is.
either fucking get rid of him or just accept that this is what he is. I'm gonna bring you in, Maverick, but no funny business. You better follow orders and you better not go behind my back and steal this jet and do some stunts. It's been 40 fucking years. We know what he's gonna do. We know what he's gonna do. It's fucking Maverick.
Yeah.
If you bring him in here and he does some quote-unquote funny business, that's on you. You knew what the fuck he was gonna do. He's the same fucking guy he always was. What's up with this? That's it. You're grounded. I'm clipping your wings for once and for all. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Maverick's gonna get back in the sky somehow.
We all know the U.S. military has been so pussified. There'd be no way they'd be putting up with some shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. Come on.
Man, they really had me, man. I almost cried at the very end. That one fucking line where it says,
which one?
It's like, thanks for saving my life. And then Miles Teller says, my dad would have done the same. And I was like, damn. Because you could see they were always bumping heads.
Yeah.
Because of misunderstanding.
Well, Goose's son was bumping heads with him, but it wasn't, and this is what I like. I like the fact that they did this. I'm like, look, dude, you've had 40 fucking years. You should understand. He's a soldier.
Yeah.
People fucking die.
Yeah.
Bad things happen. What's this blaming you for my father's death bullshit?
Yeah.
You're a grown fucking man. If me and you are mercenaries and we go on a mission and you don't come back, I wouldn't expect people like, oh, you let Ray die. Like, we're fucking mercenaries, man.
That's
At
what
some
we do.
point, someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
What? You think I'm happy about that?
Nah.
Get the fuck out of here. If you're a kid, I can see you being upset.
Yeah.
But now you're an adult and you're doing the same thing. Get the fuck out of here. But that's not why he had the chip on his shoulder. He had the chip on his shoulder because it's like, yeah, I fucking applied for the position, and the fucking guy pulled my papers. He did everything in his power
to stop
not to let me get where I am. He took fucking years off of my career, so I'm playing catch up.
Yeah,
and he was bitter and angry about that, and the dude never told him why, and he just figured it was some sort of animus. So you know what? Fuck you too. You fucking let my dad die, you piece of shit. Even though he didn't really believe that, he was just angry that the dude did what he fucking did, you know, or maybe the dude thought he wasn't good enough or whatever, but by the end, he's like, no, dude, I never thought you weren't good enough. You're fucking awesome, this and that and whatever. He still never told him why he did it.
Yeah, and it was pretty awesome, the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it was a believable reason why. It was, because I was like, oh, he doesn't want him to get hurt. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Come on.
Yeah.
This is in your bones. How would you like it if no one let you fly a plane because they don't want you to get hurt? Oh, I love you so much. You'd be like, man, fuck you. This is my life. I do what I want.
Exactly. That's
what I assumed was the reason. He was like, no, I didn't do it because his mom. You know, his mom made me promise that if he tried to get in, I will pull every single bit of resources I have to not let him get in. And then his mom died.
Yeah.
So she could never really take back the request. So he just did it.
Yeah, and then
the chick's like, well, why didn't you just explain it to him? No, he's already hating me. What I want to do, have him hate his mom instead? No, man, she's dead. Let him have his good memories. I'd rather he hate me.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And that was really good.
I was like, you know what? I like that.
There was a lot of character building in this movie. There was a lot of character.
Surprisingly.
And that's how most of these movies should be. Like, where we would think character building is like something that we should expect to have in most movies. Mm-hmm. This one had it in spades.
Also, most movies should not be having all this green screen bullshit.
You could tell this wasn't freaking CG'd at all, because they could have done a lot more if it was CG.
Yeah. They could have had the planes like fucking breakdancing. I'm gonna do the Transformer, but that moves restricted. Here we go, and you have the plane like dancing around or some dumb shit. Michael Bay would have done that.
Man, Michael Bay would have had lens flares and the helicopter overhead.
Yeah, these pilots are fucking nuts. The fact that they did that shit, Jesus, these people are out of their fucking minds.
Even though it didn't feel over the top sensational, it looked so believable, because it was.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that I thought that was very keen, because if you look at the original Top Gun movie, you never see the planes all on the same screen at the same time. They're cut together. They were using
a lot of stock footage.
Yeah, they're cut together in a way where you get the excitement, because everything is built into the cockpit drama. Mm-hmm. So you get the cockpit drama, but here you get to see the cockpit drama with the thing flying behind them, and it was like, man, this is crazy.
I would really like to have more to complain about, but I can't.
Yeah, I can't.
It was actually.
I think what was getting annoying. I think what was getting annoying is that every time he got on his bike, the fucking fans started kicking in.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Oh, he's in the ocean and water.
Oh, it's fucking just hitting you in your face,
spraying everywhere and shit. Oh, what I did like, every time he's on his bike or every time the canopy is open, you feel it would blow the air. That was nice. It was subtle, but it was nice. You know, and as the plane is taking off, the seat tilts back a little bit. I'm like, okay, that's fine. At no point was I tossed side to side like in Doctor Strange. Hey, let's walk from here to here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And I'm yanked all over the fucking place.
Black Bolt killing himself, which is impossibly stupid, but whatever.
Yeah, which is a spoiler, thanks. Well, I'm sure everybody's seen it by now.
I mean, fucking getting knocked in the back of the head. Like, what the...
No, he didn't get knocked in the back of
the head. No, I mean, the chair knocked us in the back of the head.
Yeah, you could feel the bump in the back of the head. At some point, someone was stabbed in the back, and the chair punches you in the fucking spine.
Yeah, it was
like, why am I feeling what he felt? That doesn't make any sense. What's going on?
They want you to feel. They had the fragrance too. There's a lot of good things about the 4DX, but I don't know, man. Not on Marvel movies anymore.
Yeah. So this movie sort of redeemed the 4DX, but I still don't know if it's worth paying like what, $20?
Yeah, 25.
Fuck me, man.
It added to the experience, because when he took off of the aircraft carrier, you felt you had that kick.
By the way, do not watch this at home. Okay? If it eventually comes out on HBO Max or something, just don't bother. Watch it in the theater. Once it's out of the theater, just forget about it forever. Because if you're not watching this in the theater, it's all the benefits we're talking about. Fuck the interactive seats. But I'm saying...
in the theater, it's
the
so
screen,
much better.
The surround sound... feeling the hearing the plane revving up. You gotta watch it in theaters. It's like when we saw that movie Dune.
Yes.
Do not watch that. I think HBO Max is great.
Yeah,
I think they're giving you a lot of bang for your buck. But stuff like Dune,
that Dune was...
do not watch that at home.
Yeah.
Unless you have a theater in your home. You have to watch that in theaters.
I'm telling you, man. Like, we saw Tom Cruise right before the movie started, and man, I don't know what happened his last 2 years, but he's looking old as shit. I don't know what happened to him, because you even said, yo, who the fuck is that?
Here's the thing. He looks really old, but he still doesn't look as old as he should.
That is true.
He still does not look as old.
But you think that's the Thetans,
He
though?
is fighting. He is fighting against age, man. I will say one thing.
The Thetans?
They took the lifts out of his shoes because he looks short as shit.
Well, compared to everybody else, yeah.
Everybody else were fucking... Because everybody was like 6 feet plus. There's not enough lifts that he can put in his shoes.
Yeah.
He just couldn't.
And you know what was actually very impressive?
What?
That the Phoenix character, the chick, I was so impressed they didn't hamstring her into like a
Being
predominant...
better than all the men.
Yes.
I'm better than you because I have a vagina. I don't let my dick do my thinking for me. What the fuck? I mean, even she was like, look, yo, Hangman, he's really, really good. But the reason we call him Hangman is because when the going gets tough, he's going to hang you out to dry. All he cares about is the mission.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, we got to get there in 10 seconds. If you can't keep up, I'm fucking leaving you.
Yeah.
Because the mission says we got to get there in 10 seconds. Now, I can say he's an asshole, but I can't hate him.
Yeah.
That's the mission. It ain't about me and you. I'd like you to come home to your family, but if the choice is you coming home to your family or completing the mission, I'm sorry, it's rough. It's a heartless thing to say, but the mission comes first. This is the job we took.
Yep.
The mission comes first, and Hangman takes that to that 10th level.
Yeah.
He will fucking leave your ass to get that mission done.
All right, let's review this bad boy. Let's review this bad boy.
Yeah, we got barbecue outside. It is Memorial Day. I'm sorry, folks. It's Memorial Day. There's barbecue out there. It's a fucking... We're not even recording this in the studio today. We're at the house, you know, which is why if you hear Ray screaming at the top of his lungs, threatening to drown some children into a pool, it's because it's Memorial Day.
Yes.
I don't know what to tell you. So here, let's review this. I am going to give this... It's very, very difficult to make this decision. It's weird. It's been hard for me to make some of these calls lately. Very difficult. But I'm going to give this the highest level of matinee that I can give it.
Whoa.
I know you're saying I should give it a full price, but if I'm going to be honest with you, I never liked Top Gun all that much as a kid.
Because you couldn't land the fucking plane in the game?
Yes, I could not land the plane in the game. I think the thing is, as a kid, action movies had to be dumbed down for me as a kid. I wanted one-liners and shit like that. You know, there's no patriotism, no this and that.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So I was like, whatever. It's a movie. Every once in a while, they fly jets, which is cool. And then you got a bunch of guys with their shirt off playing volleyball and shit. I don't get it. So as a kid, I wasn't a movie aficionado. It just didn't seem all that great to me. I'd much rather watch Arnold Schwarzenegger as the commando or something.
Or RoboCop?
Yeah, or RoboCop. You know, see some guy melted. Man, don't make me watch the movies that made us again. So yeah, so when I watch this one, I'm not using the nostalgia value to give it a bonus. I'm just saying as a movie, and here's the thing, because I didn't really care for Top Gun all that much, I fucking detest Tom Cruise. I can separate the man from his work.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is one of the, if not the best actor on the planet, in my opinion. And I will say that. I hate him as a human being. He's like a co-founder of a fucking cult. He's just a fucking mess. I fucking hate him. He's condescending as shit.
But he does know how to make a good movie, though.
The best actors are insane, Ray.
Yes.
The best actors are always garbage human beings because they're insane. Tom Cruise,
Christian Bale,
Ed Norton. These guys, favorite actors. The only person who is a supreme actor and is not a raging asshole in real life is Tom Hanks, and I think that's because Tom Hanks never turns his acting off. I think even when he's being normal, he's still acting.
What about Denzel?
What about Denzel?
I don't know. He looks like a nice guy.
I'm sure he is, but Denzel's acting is overrated. He's good. Okay. He's good, but he's overrated.
King Kong ain't got shit on me. Come on, man.
Oh, that is not worth a fucking Oscar, Ray. He's overrated. When you slap a guy in the face, Ray, I want you to understand, when you're at your highest, that's when the devil comes for you.
Oh.
So next time, if I catch you slapping somebody in the face, I'm going to let them know, Ray, you're at your highest point. That's when the devil comes for you.
Look, man.
What about the man who's on the ground screaming, fuck him? Ray, when you put your hands on him, I'm concerned about you, even though he's screaming on the ground.
Would you console me after the fact that I've hit somebody?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
Fuck the person you hit. Fuck the person you hit. You know, if a man beats his wife, I'm going to say, hey, man, is everything all right? The wife is on the ground screaming, curled up in the ball, crying. Hey, I just couldn't help but notice you beat the shit out your wife. Look, man, is everything all right? Let's walk away from your wife. Leave her. Leave that bitch there. I want to talk to you. Is everything all right? But so as I was saying, with all these things that I expected not to like, the fact that I watched that and I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I could see myself watching this and not thinking I would have wasted my time. I will absolutely give it a high matinee because it defied so many of my expectations. Why won't you give it a full price, Antoine? Will I see it again? No.
Well,
that's why. I got what I needed. I'm not going to watch it again. Not like a Karen.
Okay.
A movie that every fiber of my being I hate, and I've watched that shit 6 times. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna watch it again when I leave because I just brought it up.
Fucking Karen.
I'm probably gonna watch that shit again.
It's a cult favorite. This guy was a genius.
I wish I can go back and change my review for Karen.
Oh man!
All right, so what do you give it? I give it.
I'm gonna give it a high full price. I mean,
high full price. Okay.
Yeah, I love this movie. Maybe because I like dog fights and because I like
all that stuff was the shit, man. The action with the planes and dog fighting, they did shit. If not for the fact that none of this is green screen and none of this is CG, I would have called bullshit.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, if it were Michael Bay, you see the plane go completely fucking vertical and dance along the street. I know this one move. Let me see if I can pull it off. And the plane will go vertical and bounce on the fucking street or some dumb shit like that. No, this was realistic, but still, it's like, god damn, you can do this type of shit in the sky.
And they're emphasizing, the 5th generation of planes versus other generations, 2nd and 3rd and 4th, and
all that shit's Greek to me.
Yeah, and it was like
it's just about how well they can.
Some of these planes were able to fucking do the 5th generation, do these fucking assault moves.
I tell you what. Since we've kind of spoiled the movie anyway, what was your best fuck scene as far as the shit going on with the planes? You were like, god damn, that's awesome.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
The one thing that I thought was awesome, all the combat was awesome.
Right.
But when they got into that Tomcat.
Oh, the 15?
Yeah,
the F-15?
No, the Tomcat.
F-14.
F-14.
At the end.
There
was an F-14?
Yeah, the Tomcat.
I thought it was a 15. Okay.
I don't know.
The guy's like, this fucking thing is a goddamn dinosaur. What the fuck are we gonna do in this?
Yeah, and he had it shot down that one plane right at the beginning. And like, if they didn't shoot down that one plane right at the beginning, they would have been toast. There was no way they would have survived halfway the encounter.
What was it about that scene that was awesome?
That they had to engage.
Okay, guys, let me explain to you why it was he thought that scene was awesome. Because honestly, I thought that was the most awesome scene myself. So I'll explain what Ray is saying. So there were 2 5th generation fighter planes, and they're in their piece of shit Tomcat. And what happens is he's like, okay, look, we got the element of surprise. We can shoot the first one, but then we just got to fight the second one.
Yeah.
So he pulls back and uses the gun to shoot the first one. First one bursts into flames and is going down. And then they try to dodge the second one. The second one shoots a missile at them, but they don't have chaff. So what he does is he hits the afterburner and goes underneath the other plane that's still falling. And the missile hits that plane instead.
That shit was awesome.
I was like, yo, that's fucking hot. He's like, I just shot this dude down, and I'm going to use his corpse as a buffer for this missile. I was like, yeah, that's dope.
That's fucking dope.
That was fucking. I was like, yo, okay, I'll give him that. That's fucking. That's some combat experience for your ass. I'm just gonna use this dude's burning plane and afterburn mine straight down, so I can go up underneath his and have the missile hit it. That was pretty fucking awesome.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. I also do like, it wasn't a combat thing, but I like the fact that one of the pilots, the G-forces made him pass out.
Yeah, oh, that was pretty awesome too.
So the guy was like asleep because he was passed out and his jet was falling, and he's like, shit, I gotta get this. I gotta
wake him up.
Wake him up. And I was thinking, he starts locking his missiles on him, and I'm thinking, what? Do we have some program that makes him take over the guy's jet or something? No, he just locked his missiles on him so that the anti-missile thing would start blaring loudly, and he's hoping that the loud blaring sounds will wake him up. So as this guy is tumbling to the ground, he has to stay on him and go down with him, because the longer he keeps the lock on him, the louder the blaring sound is. until the blaring sound eventually woke him up, and he yanked back on the stick to pull out of it. I was like, that's thinking outside the box. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
I was like, yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
that was pretty awesome. So I think between the two of us, we're going to give this a low full price.
Low full price.
Yeah.
All right, guys, don't forget to visit our website at g2ta.net and godtalkabout.com. Don't forget to subscribe. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ribs and beer, Ray. Ribs and beer. I'm already fucked up. You can tell it's Memorial Day because I'm drunk.
Yes.
Either Memorial Day or a weekday or a weekend.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm a functioning alcoholic. Fuck it. I'll just say it. I need help.